A very, very warm good evening. This is Arunava Chaudhuri. You are live on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. Sorry, I'm later than I intended to, but yeah, work commitments didn't allow me to join you earlier. We are live in the AFC Champions League 2. FC Goa are hosting Saudi Arabian giants Al Nasr. And just a couple of minutes ago, Goa scored a goal. And it was Bryson Fernandez who scored the first goal in this campaign of the ACL2 for FC Goa against Al Nassr. And it's only now 2-1 in favor of the Saudis. So let's see, 2-1 sounds not only sounds good, but we see a lot of celebrations amongst the Goans, and even some fans who are actually wearing Al Nassr jerseys are showing now their love and appreciation for the Gores. And let's see, Al Nassr, who are resting a lot of their regulars. So therefore, that's an interesting one to see. Angelo Gabriel with the first goal after just 10 minutes, and Harun Kamara with the second one for the side from Saudi Arabia, who, of course, are not playing with their best players, with Sadio Mane, with Kingsley Coman, and Joao Felix on the bench. So that's, to me, is a surprise. But again, maybe not, some would say. But it will be now interesting to see how Al Nassr treat this game. Is it looked like a walk in the park? Does it now change things suddenly? 4 minutes of added time being shown by the fourth official, and that will be very interesting to see how they now treat this game, because suddenly there is a game between these two. Bryson Fernandez being fouled, and offside against Borja. Good evening, Siddharth. 5 as a minimum, golfing plus someone. Yeah, but again, cowards are not cowards. Again, that's a different conversation, I think, Siddharth, and that is, I think, not the conversation we would like to have today. Let's focus today on this game and on what the Gores can do in the remainder of this game, because I think Al Nassr will not be happy. That's a foul. Timur with the foul. And so taking a 2-1 into the break wouldn't be the worst. And one thing which I've also not understood is, why is Bryson Fernandez suddenly no longer in the mix in regard to the Indian national team? We were talking about wingers the other day. It's a name that I actually have to also myself say, skip my mind. But Bryson has been one of those who has shown class, and will be interesting to see what they do. Gabriel and Karib standing over the ball. Ritik Tiwari waiting for what is to come towards his goal. Will it be the Brazilian who's already scored one? No, it is the player from Saudi Arabia. Shot from the second, cleared by FC Goa. Al Nassr with the ball on the left. Wesley looking for Al Ghanam. Ball goes out to Yaya. Gabriel. Good save from Ritik Tiwari against Al Hassan. Nice little curl. But in the end, a good save by the young Indian keeper. Corner. Angelo Gabriel to take the corner. Hi, the Waves. FC Goa, can they survive this? Long range attempt. Ritik Tiwari has the ball. Takes it into his hands. Attempt a little too far. So the other side to Bento. Now build up with the referee having the whistle in his mouth. And yes, that is the halftime whistle by the match referee. It's FC Goa 1, Al Nasr 2. And I think a lot of people were fearful what could be the outcome of this game. Could this be a heavy drubbing for the Gores? But I think after these first 45 minutes, they can be quite content with that. And Angelo Gabriel with the first after just 10 minutes. Harun Camara with the second after 27 minutes. And then Bryson Fernandez, who had come on for Javi Severio with the goal. And important, so to say, for the Gores. And I think they'll take this into the break. They'll be happy with the results so far. And not sure about Al Nasr, if they will be happy with that result. I don't know what you guys think. And but so far, and the web says last year, and even Balewadi was a good pitch for Mumbai City in our ACL campaign. Yeah, the web's very true. But again, the results weren't there. So let's be clear. That's, and yeah. So Mumbai was Al Hilal home on this one. Which team you think did well overall? Ogni, this is ACL 2. That was ACL. And Al Hilal are current champions, of Saudi Arabia, champions of Asia. Al Hilal is a level higher than Al Nasr, and therefore I would rate that game higher. Mumbai City at home, even away, even though they lost 6-0, did show something which you rarely see, or which you never see in an Indian club going into continental competition. So I think that Mumbai City in its prime was something different. Now Jesus will need to bring his star players to seal off the game. Yeah, Rudro, he might not. He might let this continue because I think he will have the confidence in his players to deliver. Even though and to me, statistics, of course, 74% possessions, 9-1 shots. Of course, that one shot from FC Goa did directly go in. So therefore, it shows 298 passes for Al Nassr, 105 for FC Goa. So therefore, that's the reality. Any surprising in this match? No. Already, there are no surprises. Al Nassr, again, some would say the surprise is that they didn't field their best team, but again, that I think was something of a likelihood of if you look at things with this team, and therefore, no, I don't think. Yeah, Mumbai City played well in 6-0 loss. Then at home when they lost 2-0, can be said. So, what difference between Spanish second division player and Saudi local player? The problem is in these kind of comparisons, you guys love these comparisons. Oh, how is this player compared to that player? How is this guy compared to that guy? It's always difficult to say because there is what is the standard of a player in the Spanish second division, right? There are certain players who could be La Liga material. Some Saudi players maybe could be playing in Europe. but don't. And therefore, for me, yeah, it's very difficult to compare. But a second division second division La Liga player will normally be better than someone playing for Saudi Arabia. PC Game Attack says, good, we scored a goal. That first 40 minutes was all Al Nassr. It still is, though. Yeah, if anyone expected anything else, so, yeah, enjoy. Good evening, Blue. Welcome back. Watching. No, Morally, I have to watch it on an international feed. There is an international German feed which shows matches of the ACL or ACL2. Again, this is being shown because it's an Al Nassr game, so I'm watching it there. Thoughts on FC Goa gameplay and rising goal, because very less Indian players can finish off this kind of chances. There are players who can finish off these kind of chances. And, Rudra, if you look at in a different way, the goal Chanki scored last week, there are players with that. Again, Bryson not in the national team is a good question, because I honestly have to say, just thinking about it, actually had forgotten about him, right? So if you ask me, it's a very valid question of why Bryson is not starting lineup. As you say, some fans will say, but I think so therefore but again, he should be in the mix of 35 players. People who are dreaming are players in playing European League. Look at this match, classic example. Where is our level? Yeah, very good. FC Goa scored first goal of ACL2 and Nasr conceded the first goal of ACL2. Yeah, that's also two interesting facts. Does Grimsby Town has better technical than Indian players? Yes, Murali, Grimsby Town will have better technical players. I think the question should be raised even more. Why isn't Bryson considered in national team? At least should be in squad. Blue, exactly. That's the question. To me, it is a question which needs to be asked. Again, who will ask that question? How will we ask that question to the concerned people? Because to me, it's something which and nobody's asking, right? So for me, the question remains: can we, how are players chosen? How do players get into the national team? So therefore, for me, those are questions which are there, and I've not seen anybody, answer those questions. So therefore, for me, it is, it's the way it is at the moment. Al Nassr second or third team, Mahesh, I would say it's a B team, because again, the front line surely is not, doesn't have Cristiano Ronaldo, it doesn't have Sadio Mane, it doesn't have Kingsley Coman, it doesn't have Joao Felix, so that way it surely is. But again, even on a normal day, the Saudi players are better than ours, right? So therefore, even that, does make a difference. If there was ISL all foreign 11 versus Al Nassr, would be 50-50 match? I don't think so. No. Because look at Al Nassr is an European Champions League team. Look at our foreigners and look at their foreigners. There's no comparison, right? We are proud when someone in his CV says, oh, you know what, at youth level used to play at Real Madrid or Barcelona. Listen, these guys are joining from top teams, right? Cristiano Ronaldo joined from Man United. Kingsley Coman just joined from Bayern Munich last year. Sadio Mane joined. Joao Felix was playing top level football. So these comparisons don't make sense. Are a defense weak or too much of quality? Too much of quality. This is the greatest match in Indian soccer compared to all sports? No. Actually, we've had a lot of great matches over the years, be it international matches, and to me, no, there have been better games. Will there be changes second half? Going to you and FC Goa, Anshu, yes, I think there will be changes. The question is again, who is how fit, right? Who can play the not the 90 minutes, but more of the game. I mean, if I look at the bench, I've got Lara Sharma, Ayush Chetri, Jerry Larenzwala, Prachit Vivas, Harsh Patre, Ikar Guru Chenar, Ronnie Wilson, Carbudon, Citroy Cavallo, Mohamed Nemel, Bob Jackson Raj, and Abdul Rabi. So they've got some options, right? So therefore, for me, it will be interesting to see, who the coach thinks. I don't know if Vukaguru Chena is not fully fit. Ayush, Harsh. And then it gets tough because Mohamed Nabil and Abdul Rabi are your potential attacking options. So that will be interesting to see. Was that offside as demanded by I don't think so. Should Bryson start off Severio? No, I don't think so. Let Bryson play happily, man, before he ventures into haram ball tactics. Local lad scoring against Asian Giant. Happy for Bryson. Yes, very good. Inigo really thought it's La Liga and the refs are competent. La Liga, if he's a Barca player, right? So he does think, but the Real Madrid guys always think that they're not, right? FC Goa should play freely. Nobody expect them to win. Yeah, but Krish, playing freely and nobody expecting them to win sounds very easy. But the problem at the end of the day is playing freely. Not with unless our main team. So this team today versus ISL All-Star Foreign. Ogni, what is ISL for All-Star Foreign 11? We don't have an ISL at the moment, right? So where do I have an All-Star? Right. I still think that Al Nassr would win. If they play against Al Hilal, do you think their playing 11 would be different? They consider this match not priority. Yes, 100%. It's not about priority. It's about, listen, it's about game management, about keeping players fit, giving game time to players who don't play regularly. So from that perspective, right, their coach is doing what he thinks is right. West Fernandez FC Goa scored their first goal of the campaign. It came against mighty Al Nassr, who have conceded their first. Yeah, Utkarsh. What will be a positive from today that FC Goa can do according to you? They scored a goal. So from that perspective, and a good goal at that, right? Because Bento could have done better. I'm just seeing the replay of the goal. So therefore, for me, I again take the goal, be happy, and if you can keep it at 3 or at 4, I think that's a success for you. And let's wait and see. Will this performance, do you think, will cakewalk for Sigo and Super Cup? No. Wow. Super Cup is a different competition. It's a different level. This is a different level. So the FC Goa with this Super Cup doesn't matter. It's good that they're playing this game because it gives them match time. But yeah. Is Bryson good with technical? He's better than others. Sorry, but it doesn't matter. Second or third, a goal against Al Nassr is a goal. Yeah, you will say that. Someone else will say something else, and then we're back into that discussion. No? As the foreigners will have no right back and left back. Yeah, that's very true. Do you think they never experienced this kind of incident in a league? No, they haven't. Ball has been terrible today. Two chances cleared through ball and overpass, and also right side of borders has been shaky. King Loss, the problem here is, today, again, you have less time, you have to be faster. There are a lot of things to consider which you normally wouldn't. And therefore, I give FC Goa that, that credit for today. Let's not question them too much. When someone says, I know better football than you, what would say? Well, it depends on who it is. I think a large part of the population of the world, if they say that, that's very nice for them. But I know what I know, and I know what these other people mostly know. So, yeah. कौन channel में live खिला दिखा रहा? Fan Code is the channel to watch matches in the Champions League. Pitch seems dangerous. Hope we can see some more goals from FC Goa. Let's see. If they finish with same goal, we'll be happy. Yes, Murali. Al Nassr had better not take goals. Yeah. Foreigners are equal to Indian players today, said just for fun. Okay. So, would you think if ISL would have started normally, would it change something? Not for this one, but other ACL games, ACL 2 games? Aryan, I would hope that it would change something, but I'm not sure it would. the problem is that the ACL2 standards are, so yeah, that's the reality. So for me, it because the standard of ACL2, the standard of Asian football is much, much higher. And that is something which if I want to or not, I will have to accept, right? And that is where Indian football stands at the moment, and the level that this is being played at is much, much higher than what we normally play. So therefore, take it, enjoy. I always say these kind of matches, enjoy the game and see what you can do. Only Honorable Priyam Moriji, he can bring Ronaldo in no other way. Yeah, I don't know. If that's the logic, it doesn't work, no? Even the Goa government, even I think higher ups in the government, and Cristiano Ronaldo decides for himself. There's no prime minister or president who can convince him of doing things. I will happy if we're able to defend against Felix, Como, and Mane if they come in. I will be happy. Okay, Sam, let's see. Thank you for coming live. Keep up good. Like, thanks. Yes, as you say, like, share, and subscribe. And again, try and do it on a regular basis. Since yesterday, the community has grown quite a bit, over 80 more subscribers. So thanks a lot. Watch the short videos. Watch the other content that I make. Do support the channel. Thank you as always. And yeah, let's grow this Arunfoot community. We are growing at this moment, so therefore watch the older videos. There's a lot of interesting content, even which is 1 year, 2 years old, about the status of Indian football. So do watch that. Regardless, Bryson and FC Goa would remember this special goal. 100%. Simon, Bryson, FC Goa, Indian football will remember it. Bryson will remember this till the till the day he dies. So no one will be able to take this away. And therefore, for me, yeah, that's the thing. Sorry, I missed, but how did FC Goa open up the scoreline? DDTG, very simply, because Bryson took it on him, turned his man, and scored into the long corner. Very good goal, very well taken goal. As we have kickoff in the second 45 minutes. Very good goal. Be happy. Thanks for pointing out. Yeah, Simon. These are matches why, so to me, enjoy. Whatever the outcome, whatever the result, try and play football, because yeah, this is a level. Maybe Ronaldo didn't come because of the condition of the pitch. No, he doesn't travel for away matches. Very simple. It's not a Goa issue or something, Will this half-broken Ambuja cement was. Let's wait and see. Normally, I think there are 2-3 more goals coming, but let's see what they can do. Super Cup happening. At the moment, it looks like it's happening in blue. Hey, Vijesh, let's freeze this time. Enjoy the result. Exactly, Vijesh. Enjoy it. Again, this is, Angelo off and Al Khaibari comes on. Yeah, because these are the games we should just simply enjoy. One shot on goal, one shot on target. That's incredible. Yeah, but Simon, sometimes that happens, and yeah, this is football. So therefore, let's see if it stays this way. That's a foul. No, not given. Drazic looking for Udanta. Boris doesn't get it. We can do nothing than accepting. Yeah. One thing about football, majority people don't know. Oh, there's a lot, but not for public domain morally. How's the game today? Okay. I mean, looking at it, looking at the opponent, I'm okay with it. Yeah, that's not too ahead of ourselves. Exactly. Let this game go on. As a lot of midfield tussles. Sandesh clears. And the question is, can they keep up the pace? Will it drop for FC Goa? That's another question. Yeah. Need Ikar in. Yeah. I don't know if Ikar is not 100% fit. Didn't look good in the last Champions League game. With Al Nasr controlling proceedings. Ball out to the right. He's not going to get to it, is he? No. Wesley. FC Goa 1, Al Nasr 2, 48 minutes played. Timor with a long throw. Sandesh has to clear. Net of Kamara, who has been dangerous. Do you think Al Nasr didn't shift the gears? If they do score, would be different? Probably. Again, one of those theoretical questions which are very difficult to say. Yes, they could have changed gear. They could have been much more forceful, but would it made a change? Could have, should have. I don't know. Where do you rate Al Nasr again? Generalization, Murali. They are worse than certain teams. They are better than other teams. So therefore, that's that, right? With Al Nasr or any of the top teams in the Saudi Pro League. So therefore, yeah. Seems like a problem with the stream. Let's check. Meanwhile, halftime, Istiklal and Al Zawra is 1-1. Al Nasr allow one goal to score to make FC Goa happy. A little Al Nasr will come back with goals. Believe me, sir. I like your video. Best work. Thanks, RC Marsing. Yeah, let's wait and see. So we'll have to wait and see if that's the reality, or if if FC Goa can hold on to more. The claiming was offside. What do you think? Tricky, I have not seen any footage. Therefore, I can't really say, was it offside, was it not offside? Throw in. Tarjuman signing for FC Goa got right from the start. He was huge talent back into this. Was played in record. Yeah, a lot of these players, right, who don't make it in bigger leagues in Europe, then move out to other countries. Ball out to Yaya. Throw in FC Goa. Khaibari. And ball claim not given. Yeah, maybe a chance for FC Goa to break. But Al Hilal have the ball back. Al Nasr have the ball back, sorry. Building up on the right. Yeah, the ball is what? Ooh, that was Sahil Tabora. Ooh. Yeah, did play the ball, but also foot of the man of Al Hassan. Has just been a throw in. Good to see the referee allow this play to go on. Potential breakthrough. You have to be careful there. Cleared their lines. India, yes, we all do agree we're very poor in football, including infrastructure, etc., etc. Marsing, I think the infrastructure is not a problem. Infrastructure is better than in large parts of the world. It is, I think, coaching competitions, which I say repeat again and again and again. Abdul Rahim Gharib and Sultan Al Ghanam are both Saudi. Yes, they've played international football. Simon. Nasr on the left. Maran. So go on now with numbers. We look to try and clear. Bryson. Plays it back to Akash. Gonna play it back to Timur. Sandesh. Nice build up by FC Goa. Boris looking for Udanta. And so slowing down the tempo a little on that left wing. Playing into the middle. Maran. Doesn't get to anyone. Cleared by the Gors. But back with Al Nasr. Al Amri loses the ball. Chance. Udanta looking for Drazic. Good track back by Al Nasr. Sultan Al Ghanam across to the other side. Back on the right. Wesley takes it on himself. Has his captain for support. Plays it back. Al Amri. Oh. There you go. Martinez getting the ball. Trying to build up there again. Al Nasr playing short passes. Also back to the back line. Al Amri. Al Ghanam. Wesley meets one or two players. Kamara. And David Timur plays it back to his keeper. Ooh. Ritik gets it out. Akash Sangwan to Bryson, who holds on to the ball. Too optimistic from Bryson, but at least he's trying. That's good to see, Bryson Fernandez. That goal will give him a lot of confidence to play, build up. Wesley, the other side, on the right. And that's a bad pass. And the ball is back with FC Goa and Ritik Tiwari. The young keeper. Make a long kick. Somehow gets through to the last line of Al Nasr. Ball. The final line of Al Nasr. Trying to play through. Maran. Yes. Al Nasr trying to combine at the back. Good evening, Deboshe. Yes, I am aware of the East Bengal coaching drama. What's happened? That's a chance. And that should be a third for Al Nasr. Maran, I think, in the end. Totally miscued the shot. Mohammed Maran. Mohamed Simakon, the Frenchman who was signed from RB Leipzig here in Germany, getting himself ready. There was, yes, I did see what happened to East Bengal, and again, FC Goa player down. They keep the ball, and yeah. So to me, not the way to do it. And if the things have happened as Shondeep says at the airport, that's also not good. Wesley doing a little bit of trickery, beats one. No, Akash Sangwan stays strong. So trying to clear their lines. So therefore, yeah, and wrong decision from the coach. I didn't see the match, so I've just seen the highlights, and I don't know if East Bengal. I mean, to me, East Bengal is one of the strongest teams this season in the Indian football circuit, but it didn't show that day. So that should be. Al Ghanam tries to beat 2-3 players, and the ball has gone out. So therefore, Devashi, not good enough. Rival watch, 57 minutes. Istiklal 1, Al Zawra 1 in Dushanbe. As there is a substitution, it is Martinez who goes off and Mohamed Simakon coming on, and Al Hassan also coming off, and Meshari, the man replacing him. Yes, so Mohamed Simakon, and so Frenchman for a Spaniard. Have you seen the Marcus tweet about fans for this match? It feels like fans betrayed the game. No, I haven't. Sorry, let me check. Let me once check if I can get there. 1 second. Long ball forward by FC Goa. Didn't have the impact that they thought. Just find the tweet. Actually, you're looking at that. Okay, people, yeah, but again, wasn't it expected that if Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't turn up, that people will hand back their tickets and will not turn up? I am at least not surprised, to be very honest. So that there is a set of fans who will only turn up for the high-profile stars and superstars. And again, don't understand that this is a level of football that they normally wouldn't be able to see in India. Chance for FC Goa maybe to break. Drazic doesn't get to it. Then Drazic made to run a lot as a number 9. Nice triangles that Al Nasr are trying to play. But the result is dangerous. A 2-1. You never know. FC Goa, another attempt on goal. Suddenly 2-2. Ooh, ball blocked. Cleared by FC Goa. Back with Al Nasr. It is very often one-way traffic at the moment. And that ball goes out. It's going to be a corner for Al Nasr in the 62nd minute. 61 minutes plus played. FC Goa 1, Al Nasr 2. With Sandesh Chingan denying Kamara an attempt on goal. Corner comes in, cleared by FC Goa. And looks like FC Goa Missing Edu Badia kind of player in current FC Goa squad, yeah, Siddharth. And I can add what Simon says, David Timor versus McHugh. Who would you choose? See, the point is Edu Badia in his prime. If you would compare those three in a defensive midfield position, I would most probably pick Edu Badia, then McHugh, and then Timor, because Timor still has to prove that in Indian conditions he can do something. FC Goa for once breakthrough. Drazic, ball out to Bryson. Akar Sangwan seems to be overlapping. Akar Sangwan moves into an offside position. Bryson, and that's one too many. But FC Goa keep the ball. Akar Sangwan, Bryson down. Trajan Drazic goes down, loses the ball, and Bryson still is down. Chance, and there's offside from Kamara. So if you ask me, Siddharth and Simon, that way, as I said, Edu Badia in his prime, surely the best of the lot. Kamek, has shown what he can be capable of. But Timor still needs to show what he's made of. And therefore, for me, would be most probably last on that list. But again, Bryson down, Bryson being treated, but the thumb goes up from the doctors and physios of FC Goa. Very important. Bryson has done well in the minutes that he has played. Yeah, and that was a stamp. The referee sees that maybe it's a free kick. That is not good enough. Ayush, who is good enough in this team if you picking out players? And substitutions, Abdul Rabe and Ayush Chetri are coming on. And Joao Felix at the other end for Mohamed Maran. Joao Felix, from being one of the costliest transfers in Europe when he joined Atletico Madrid. Zudanta goes off and Abdul Rabe is set to come on. Joao Felix now at the Fatorda. Saltavora comes on and Ayush Chetri set to replace him. Saltavora is always giving his best. Good fighting spirit. As Bryson stays off after his treatment. Timur looking for Abdul Rabe. Sorry, for Boris. Abdul Rabe, first touch. And Drazic, can they put some pressure on it? Ball with Bryson. Bryson through ball. It's not an offside. Oh, and he doesn't score. Who is this? Boris Singh needs to score and it could have been 2-2. Wow. He can run around the goalkeeper. That would have been an interesting match. Yeah. What a chance. Out of nowhere, FC Goa with a chance to equalize. Joao Felix. Wesley. Yeah, Al Nassr controlling things, but there's a level of arrogance to it. I don't know what you guys feel, because they think we are in charge, we're leading 2-1. FC Goa will not threaten us in that way. That's the challenge now for them, to keep that momentum going, to maybe try and score a third, or even a fourth, and then the game is done. But if you're going to keep it at 2-1. Then you never know. FC Goa might have that one attempt and might get a draw. That would be a sensational result. Cleared by Timur. Borja plays it forward for Drazic, who gets to it. Dejan Drazic against Mohamed Simakon. With Simakon, a world-class French defender. But I remember the talk in Germany was, why would you leave Leipzig and go to the Saudi Pro League rather than going to the Premier League or elsewhere? And that ball goes out, throw in FC Goa. He had all time to curve past the keeper, but yeah, Simon. And that is where quality and decision making comes in. You know, Boris has never been someone to score goals, even when needed. Borja. And the ball will go through to Boris. Oh no, Abdul Rabe with the ball. Abdul Rabe loses it. Is it a foul? Yes, it is a foul. Should have left it for Boris and then moved inwards. But interesting to see that FC Goa, with the speed that they have on the wings, brilliant ball from Borja Herrera. But Abdul Rabe, unnecessary foul. Or Al Nasr getting beaten by these long balls, man. It's so easy for FC Goa. Yeah, that's again, if the attitude, if your willingness, desire to do what is needed not there, there's a level of arrogance in the way that Al Nasr is playing now. And if FC Goa is playing with some level of confidence now. They're much better than in the first half. You know, if only a Noah Sadui and Armando Sadico were there. Yeah, Simon, Ferran Corominas and others. Oh, Joao Felix. And yeah, they won a penalty for that. But Sandesh is going to clear it out. The big warrior. I don't even know why we're discussing this to be a foul. Clash of heads between Kharib and whoever the second Goan was. Interesting to know in what language Kharib and Wesley speak with each other. Corner for Al Nasr. As the crowds in Goa seem to enjoy themselves on this 22nd of October. It's more corner for the Saudis. And Sadio Mane is now on the field with the number 10. Joao Felix, poor corner. And throw in Mishari, sorry. Moreno. Singapore can't keep the ball, lose the ball. Now build up from Al Nasser. Al Ghanam across to the other side. Sadio Mane. And that's a different level now. Interesting to see how the Saudis play and build up. Made all their 5 substitutions. So that would mean Kingsley Coman will not come on. Yep, Kingsley Coman will not be playing today. 5 substitution made. Throw in FC Goa. 73 minutes plus now played. How do you assess the match? Oh, I think from an FC Goa perspective, only 2-1 behind. You were not outclassed because the opponent really didn't push for outclassing you. They're playing for a win. So, all good. Ball now on that right, ball into the middle. Ooh. David Timur and Bryson down again. The real test starts now. Mane and Felix in the arena. Yes, Manmohan on the counter-attacking. Yeah, that would be the plan. But again, it's more of whatever options you have. FC Goa's first thing is to defend. It's someone in a Ronaldo shirt and a Portugal scarf. Oh, good corner. No one gets to it. Abdul Rabe gets to it. Now he'll have to run and show speed. Abdul Rabe. Does he have it in him to beat his marker? Yes, he does. But again, 2-3 Saudis are there. Makes no sense. And FC Goa drop deep again. Interesting to see a 3-man backline. Moreno and Timor along with Sandesh in there. Sadio Mane. Looks like Wesley doesn't get it across to João Felix. That's a critical phase of the match. FC Goa losing integrity. This is where they lost the match versus the Glory. Yeah, but those 2 matches to compare is, I think, very, very difficult. Different also. Bento coming out of his goal. Ball back to the Al Nasr keeper. Simon. Mishari. And the throw in. Wesley. And the Brazilian. Ebari. Yeah. Lost. FC Goa. They have to play cleanly. Sadio Mane. Oh, that was a little too easy. And a chance to Abdul Rabe wants a free kick against Meshari, but doesn't get it. Al Nassr combining 77th minute. Sadio Mane, João Felix. They put on the speed burners, but FC Goa somehow clear. Wesley against Abdul Rabe. Wesley against Ayush Chetri. Al Nassr combining, playing from left to right. Mane. That is an attempt from Yaya. I'll take 2-1 loss, says Utsaf. Yeah, I agree with you, Utsaf. If you look at the game so far and what all has been happening, I'll take this result. I was expecting 4-5 there. Utsaf, they're not playing with their best 11. They are not really forcing themselves to play, to the level that they're capable of. Therefore, we're fine. Again, as you say, I'll take this result, but I know at least what level, and it's the drinks break after 77 minutes, water and ice spray being applied. So at the moment, it's going to be interesting to see if Nasr do something or exert themselves a little more, or if they're going to keep it this way as the way it is at the moment. Because the 2-1 makes good reading, in my opinion, for FC Goa. And meanwhile, Istiklal and Al Zafra 1-1. Right, in another Andi Khan versus Al Khaldia, it's goalless in the second half. So let's see what FC Goa can do, if they can do something. As Ronnie seems to be coming on, the man signed from Shillong, as well as Mohamed Nemir. Quite well filled, the Fatorda, but not to the level that I think certain people would have hoped. Can we say they're not streamrollers or they're not giving priority? They're not giving priority. Merely, they could do more. So, yeah. Really happy for Brandon Fernandez. They were with Bryson, not Brandon, Bryson. I remember the Persepolis match, 30 shots at FC Goa thought him to missed it just to, yeah, very true. So from next year, are any of our clubs playing SATO? We're getting demoted, relegated is the word. There is no demoted as a word to SL3. Utsav, I think next year the question is what happens with the ISL or Indian League, and then we'll have to see who is around to play that. Navin Rooney coming on, yes. Which match do you rate higher? Al Hilal, surely. Al Hilal, I felt, played it more professionally against Mumbai City in those two games than what I've seen so far from Al Nassr. I think Al Nassr is a good team, but Al Hilal is a cut above them. You see, they're combining, but not really getting into those dangerous spaces. Joao Felix, ball across. Ball into the danger zone. And was it Sadio? No, it was not Sadio Mane. It was Sultan Al Ghanam. Yeah. Is it a sitter? No. Angle, not good. अगर FC गोवा ड्रॉ निकाल लेगा तो टीम में एक कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल बढ़ जाएगा. Yeah, systems. Yeah. Could be, would be. But again, even this 1-2 is something for them, right? So again, let's say Ronnie just came on. Who would have thought that someone like Ronnie would be playing Al Nassr in an ACL2 match, right? Al Nassr continue to keep the ball. Ball is dropped now, yeah? I will give super chat if they draw, says Utsav, yeah? Let's see. It's still possible, right? It is. I mean, it sounds crazy, but it still is. Al Nassr are not exerting themselves really. So from that perspective, who knows what is possible and what FC Goa can get out of this game as they clear their lines. Mohamed Nabil just runs blindly, doesn't watch the ball. Simon loses the ball. FC Goa with a chance to break. Borja. Borja hit the player. It wasn't intentional, but he hit him. Let's see this again. FC Goa win the ball. Borja has it. Then see it properly. Let's see. Okay. Follow through. Yeah, that hurts. That does hurt. Yeah. Indian clubs need to learn to play at this tempo. All of the players do his back pass sack. Yeah, but Utsav, if you're not able to play at this tempo, how are you going to play at that tempo? None of our players are, right? We saw just last week against Singapore, 8 days ago, what the level is. Someone with the new FC Goa away kit. I like that, huh? That white jersey with blue applications. Very, very nice. Interesting, Ika Chena not playing today. My only logic is that he is not fit. Yeah. A lot of Al Nasr jerseys in the stands. Nearly 85 minutes played. And the ball back with Al Nasr. Trying to build up from the back. Simoko. Mishari back to Simoko. Al Amri. Istiklal scores 2-1 for the Tajik side. As Al Nassr are happy to just play the ball amongst themselves. No real forward thrust or movement. No thrusting. And now, as if they want to show me that they can, but the ball goes back to Ritik Tiwari. Al Nassr pressing or just playing fun? They're not pressing. Where are they pressing? Look at how far they've dropped. There is no pressing. They're just keeping the ball amongst themselves. Back with Al Nassr. 86 plus minutes now. FC Goa 1, Al Nassr 2. In the back line of the Saudis, Wesley cuts in. Sadio Mane nearly lost it to Borja. Cleared by Sigor. Back with Al Nassr. Shot attempt taken. And Ritik Tiwari punches the ball away confidently. Mohamed Rabi and corner, FC Goa. Simoko clearing. That was not Nabil, sorry, but Abdul Rabi for Mohamed Nabil. Why not? 100 defensive react. Morai, they did their job, huh? Yes, it's a corner. Rabi going down that flank. Yeah, He's got speed. But again, the challenge for an Abdul Rabi or for all our wingers are, you know what? Speed is nice to have. How can I combine speed with getting in the ball into the right positions? Corner FC Goa, 88th minute. Is this the moment that we get a 2-2? Let's wait and see. Borja Herrera next to it. Good ball, direct one. And they earn a second one. As any player try gegenpressing as a tactics. Gegenpressing can only work if you have the players, itself to use those terms, even in football context, is a, good corner. Another one. Corner again. Panther oof, come on, yes. Third corner in a row. Borja Herrera. 89th minute. Oh, that's overcooked. Yeah, that's overcooked. And Borja knows it. But good to see this passage of play from FC Goa. Now in now Timur. Abdul Rabe earns a throw in. Suddenly, in the last few seconds of the game, FC Goa are putting pressure on their opponents. Abdul Rabe loses the ball too easily. Meshari bangs it forward, but back with FC Goa. David Timur. Dreyan Drazic. Ooh, that was a miss pass. Chance now for Al Nasr to break. João Felix looking for his teammates, but Ritik Tiwari has the ball. Boris. Mohamed Nemeth showed him I was free. Boris will physically not be able to stand well against Mohamed Simakon. 6 minutes of added time. Simakon is half a head, half a body, not a half a head, half a body taller than Boris, it looks like. Al Nasser on that wing. And is this a foul from Akash Sangwan? Let's see. Yeah. Against Sultan Al Ghanam, the captain of Al Nasser. Alexander Stringen. And there's a red card. Who's Akash Sangwan gets the red card, or who gets the red card? Who? Who's getting? David Timur is getting a red card. For what? He wasn't even involved in the. Did he say something? I honestly don't know. Free kick Al Nasser, 93rd minute. Into the box. Simako just wide. Seeing graphics in your dream, I remember playing for Atletico Madrid. And Sakota to bring his star players to score was to no. He didn't bring his star players to score. He's just giving players time. Get out of that logic of that. Oh, you know what he's giving? They're leading 2-1 and they're not exerting themselves. That's the problem. Oh, terrible goal kick from the Tiwari. Offensive towards the referee. Yeah, that's very weird. But the Sandesh ran towards the ref. We will get to know afterwards. Last few minutes in this encounter. When FC Goa have given a good account of themselves, at least I would say that, in this encounter. And Nasr on that right flank once more. Sultan plays it back to Al Amri. Across to Simako. Meshari. And that should be a foul from Wesley on Boris. Yeah, Wesley for kicking the ball away. Gets a yellow card. 95th minute. But results on paper and record. Al Nasr 2-1 is not bad. Yeah. Unexpected result. Yes, Akash. It's sad we will see the last time Saudi club playing in India. Yeah, it could be. I don't think we have any club from Saudi. No. ACL 3 is for sort of developing federations. Al Nassr are going to play this out, it looks like. Not exert themselves, really. So then back to Al Amri. Yeah, they're just doing what they need to do. Playing the ball amongst themselves. Not exerting themselves too much. Long ball forward. Simoko will look for his keeper, Bento. Mohamed Never chasing. That was unconventional. But they've got everything under control. And it's a big achievement for FC Goa. And that's the final whistle. FC Goa lose 1-2 to Al Nassr. And Mr. Fafo, no time left of injury time. It finished after 96 minutes. The result is good. It's not good, it's very good. And he blew the whistle. Simon, the 6 minutes doesn't mean he has to play the 6 minutes. It's sort of a, if I take the red card, the free kick, he would have even given another minute and a half on top of that. So from that perspective, that's it. But I think overall, so therefore that's going to be Zaragoza and superb. Yeah, again, you go into those stats and all. I look at the gameplay and I look at the overall, the difference between these two teams was quite big. I mean, that was clearly visible. And if Al Nassr would have exerted themselves, which maybe might happen in 2 weeks when FC Goa travel to Goa to Saudi, the difference is clearly there, right? And it is quite evident. So from that perspective, I take this result, and be happy. Just one second. 1 second, I will be back with you guys. Yeah, let me quickly do something. I'll just keep on talking. Yeah, good performance by the Gauls, and so from that perspective, I think one should take this. And if 1 second, let me just put my tweet out, and then I'll be back with you guys. 1 second. Oh, sorry, I'm back again. Sorry, 1 second. I just had the yeah. So again, FC Goa 1, Al Nassr 2. I take it, and hi Kumar. So knowing the difference in all this, quality FC Goa overdid themselves. No, they didn't. Agni, they did what they are capable of. Al Nassr didn't push too hard, so it's okay. As I said, Al Nassr didn't push too hard, and I think a 2-2 was somewhat possible, but then maybe we would have seen a real Al Nassr, and they would have put another 2-3. Who knows? Take this result, be happy, and go home. Right? Don't overthink it. Without what game prep? They've been training now for weeks. They haven't had match practice, but they had game prep, right? Istiklal beat Azavra, that's a big one. We are out of ACL 2. Angry Birds, they were always out of ACL 2. So we look better when we're defending Shank. Yeah, that's our skill, so to say, compared to others. Sadly, we aren't the best attacking team. So from that perspective, our betting, our teams, our clubs, our players are not able to do better than that. So I would take a result like this today and be happy, because FC Goa played to their strengths, or rather to their no, they were forced to play to strengths that they normally don't play to. Let's put it this way, right? To me, and yeah. Again, if Al Nassr will play most likely a different team when they play at home. We're interested to see if they put in really their best players, and then we will be tested. Looks like we finished with 0 points this season. Yeah, Blue looks like that. That was always coming, I guess, but we will have to live with that. And again, for us, it is. Next year we get our last chance to play in ACL 2 as one direct slot and one indirect. Anyways, let's see if we are playing next season. It all depends. ISL this, that, everything. There's a lot of questions to be answered. Right. That's the danger. FC Goa had good chance to go through from this group. No, Shoma. If if you really think that we had a good chance to go through, sorry, no. What spots will be left for us? No. Good question. Huh? Why red? Subhash, it's a good question. I guess we will get to know afterwards, because I don't know. I understand why, but you saw directly Sandesh going over to the ref. Did Timo say anything? That's my only logic. And yeah, so therefore, I don't know. As a Mohun Bagan fan, Dada, when are we going to be banned? Hope AFC bans us. Anyways, Mohun Bagan is going to get banned. That's sure. The question is, when is the disciplinary committee of the AFC meeting again? And yeah, so therefore that's it. Because our management is hopeless. Anyways, you know what disturbs me in this whole Mohun Bagan thing is that still people within Mohun Bagan are defending of not going. And then, putting it here, insurance, players, this, that, everything. And like, what are we talking about? Right? Where are we heading with this discussion? To me, just doesn't make sense. So therefore, yeah, it is the way it is. And to me, we are as good or as bad as we think we are. But this behavior of, we again, everybody else is wrong, but you are right. And yeah, it is what it is. Mohun had a better chance to than FC Goa. Too much, no. None of the two teams had a chance. This is again, why are we not? So yeah, I mean, Mohammed Supergiant to be blamed. Yeah. Nothing can happen. Is difference in points? It was much, no. The bottom of the table would have been, but again, it would have been a moral victory for FC Goa to get a draw against Al Nasr, and not only that, but even the 1-2 is good in the sense of, so yeah, take it what it is. Why not Tajik and Iraqi clubs are not way above? Mumbai City FC beat Iraqi club in 2022. Sure, don't compare. Mumbai City at the time with clubs at this stage, and without preparations, without anything, I don't think, so therefore, I don't know. For anyone talking about knockout stage in the Champions League 2 with the results that we've been delivering left, right, and center. Again, also remember Mumbai City won. That was a bubble league. FC Goa had good performances in the Champions League also when they were playing at home in the bubble league. Let's see. I guess Mohun Supergiant and Mohun Athletic Club guys live under the rock and they think everyone else is stupid and they're the only clever. Yeah, that's what they think. Not only them, Blue, that's the whole Maidan culture. People in the IFA think that, people at Mohun Bagan think that, people at East Bengal think that, people at Mountain Sporting, even the other guys who claim to be, you know what, we're doing so much good for Indian football, all of those guys are in the same club. Timur wasn't a red card. Arunava, I don't know what he did, so I can't say yes or no, right? Did he say something, Those fans especially allowed to see training where the rest of the fan groups were beaten by police for protesting. Yeah, that is part of the problem. ACL 2 transfer can be reachable by ourselves. No, they're not. Well, look at the standard we are in at this moment in time. Look at our standards independently. Yeah. So why is that when our players attack, it's like one guy against 2-3 defenders? Why don't our players move to tight position fast while on counter attack? Because it depends on what kind of formation the coach has. If the coach has told you to be defensive, the others don't move up. We are National Club of India. Raj, that is something which is embarrassing. It makes it even more embarrassing, right? The behavior of Mohun Supergiant of being the so-called National Club of India. It's just an embarrassment. As a football prominent state, Goa should have better pitch. Uzo, agree. The pitch was bad a few weeks ago. When Azafra visited, it was bad when India played Singapore, and it looked even worse today. I don't know what the problem is at the Fatorda pitch. I thought it was one of those hybrid pitches. A 15-year-old girl and disabled were hurt by lathi charge of police. Yeah, it's unacceptable. We should be proud of what FC Goa did, given the awful circumstances here, and let's be realistic with how we see these tournaments. Simon, yeah, we can be proud, but again, is it proud? Again, Al Nassr didn't take us seriously. I think that is a bigger embarrassment. There was a level of arrogance in that second half. Al Nassr is like, okay, even if you score a second, we'll score another one. They didn't even push. That should be worrying when people don't take you seriously. That was after watching this game. That would be my serious point, my observation. Over now, you can say situation are different now, but in ACL2, ISL clubs can put up some fight if things are serious. Listen, they can put up some fight, but are they good enough? That is my point. Mohun Bagan Supergiant has not played well at continental level, right? So, no, we're not. Goenka said last year we are looking forward at the AFC. I think he was talking about ban. Zero Lelouch, I don't know what he was thinking about. Thinking again, he said it a few times, but Mohun Bagan Supergiant were never good enough or aren't good enough to be, in the running for continental titles. Al Nassr are, and look at the gulf of difference between them and FC Goa, and they didn't even play and didn't even push and didn't even play their best. That is, I think, right. So since you worked in Mumbai City and Punjab, see how is our fitness coaching standard compared to West Asian and European clubs? It's not good enough compared to those of Europe or whatever. Because our problem is not the fitness coaching. The problem is that how much time are we spending on the field? You see the efficiencies left, right, and center. Our players should be at least 3-4 hours a day on the field, on a football field, trying to minimize the mistakes, because sometimes it feels like the ball is not your friend, the ball is your enemy. West region is a lot more tougher than East. Let's not forget that. Simon, it always looks like, but if you've had, let's say, top Chinese teams or top teams from Korea, from Japan, the Australians, and look at the Southeast Asian teams with their, X number of foreigners, I don't think it's that easy anymore. They got lucky. They won the derby, which is stupid how East Bengal lost. No, again, it doesn't matter how, who won, whatever. And again, who cares? Honestly, my question would be, is the IFA Shield in the way it was played, and I heard it was just to hold it, right, as a tournament. Knockouts in Asian competition far-fetched. At least competing should be a target. Simon, if you're competing, then you can think about getting to that stage. But at the moment, we're not in a that's the reality. But I don't get how they stay so chill after all this. Look, ask them that these kind of people have been running, Indian football in their way for 100+ years. As I said, Kolkata Maidan culture. This is a disaster. Those 3-4 second delay while on counter-attacking to move into the box always cost us. Yeah. But do we ever get to know what is the real reason they didn't travel? I hope so someday, but at the moment, I have not heard anything on that. SC Delhi owner said the biggest problem is going in for grassroots is age fraud. It is one of your problems. Age fraud is a huge problem, a massive problem. But again, where are the coaches? Where are the competitions? What? Yes, sir. Al Nassr took a day off with intensity given the conditions they were put into. But anyways, I would take that. Yeah, Simon, that's what I'm saying. Just take it, but don't get carried away that there is something this, that, and everything, because no, right? If FC Goa was competition for Al Nassr, Cristiano Ronaldo would have traveled. Sadio Mane, Joao Felix would have started. Maybe even Kingsley Coman was not even used. Passenger today, right? Kingsley Coman today normally would have been playing for Bayern against FC Brugge. So that's the reality. Let's not talk about Mohun Bagan. They are absolute. No excuses. That is Mohun Bagan. Remember that they qualified for the competition 2 times, never scored a single goal. Eventually disqualified. Yeah, embarrassing. Angry Bird says, as an answer to Blue, 70 times been given to Mr. Vinay Chopra by the fan groups to give any valid reason because there was no point of not going to Iran. Yeah, but yeah, Angry Birds has, um, have they bothered to answer any of the questions and queries? That would be my question to you and anybody. Have they bothered to interact and try and speak about problems, issues, this, that, everything? I haven't heard anything. I might be wrong, but I've not heard from anyone that any of this. So yeah, part of the problem. The way leg is gonna be Esigo's real test. Mumbai City got thumb 16 against the high flying Al Hilal. Simon, it is. The result doesn't matter. Again, we saw today Al Nasr, and Al Hilal was more professional than Al Nasr in their two games against Mumbai City. That was also evident today. There's a certain level of arrogance in the way they played. And who knows, that Boris equalizer, the chance was there. Can Jingen play for India against Bangladesh in next qualifier? Debangshu, yes, he can because he was given 2 yellow cards. Yes, in the away match in Singapore, yes, so he would be eligible. I just feel we Indian football fans are just a child who is happy because he got a chocolate in exchange of gold, and Indian football pundits know that, and that they makes us fool. Okay, Deepak. And now, when was sanction or ban be given to Mohun Bagan by AFC? Kumar, whenever the disciplinary committee meets and discusses the matter, the disciplinary committee of the AFC doesn't meet that often. I don't think the fan club's deadline matters, to be honest. I don't know. I guess if Goenka asked, that's the only way to know what Vinay, Shinjo, and Devash did, but looks like he doesn't care. That's most probably the biggest problem. And I find it very interesting that the fan clubs are putting pressure and saying, oh, you know what, go out, leave, and someone else will come in, this, that, everything. And I think okay, so you are saying you want Sanjeev Goenka out as fans, but who's going to be coming in and putting the money into it? Wouldn't Mohun Bagan Supergiant be in the same situation as Mohammedan Sporting if Mr. Goenka pulls out and doesn't put his money into the club? That is a question that nobody's asking and trying to answer. Or they just use police to beat women fans who are protesting. Yeah, it's sad. Things will be complicated with Timor out. Yes, Simon, they will be, but again, it is. Yeah, it's going to be a test in a couple of weeks in Riyadh, and it's going to be a different kind of channel. So in general, when you see these top tier players who used to play in Premier League, Bundesliga, move to Saudi, you see their level of fitness declining. Utsav, that was said about a lot of players, but you've seen a lot of players move into Saudi and then moving back. Aymeric Laporte went back to Spain. Jordan Henderson went back to England via Ajax. So I don't think so. I think that's the point. Turkmenistan clubs losing all the matches may be good for India's point of view. Avni, who cares about those things? We are talking. For us to talk about continental competitions with all the problems that Indian football is facing at this moment, right? We don't know if a league will happen, if someone will come forward or not. If that doesn't, I don't know if whoever watched yesterday our women's play. We're going to the Asian Cup and we played yesterday like some of the girls, sorry, with all due respect, kicked a ball for the first time yesterday. It was pathetic, right? What others do, we don't need to look at anybody else in the world. We just should look at ourselves and sort out our mess in our own house. Do not look left, right, front or back. Look at ourselves. Accountability, introspect. Because we are a S show to the highest order. Yeah? So, currently everything is in shambles. First of all, what is the future of ISL? Exactly, bro. There is no future. Who, given the document that the AFF has produced as a tender with KPMG, with those numbers, except an idiot, nobody would pick it up, right? Yeah. It's hard to believe a 25-year-old top-tier player wasting his talent in Saudi. They're not wasting their talent. The Saudi league has now become competitive, and again, it is about money. If you say that Indian players want to stay in India because the money is so high, then someone going to Saudi Arabia, you know, they're going for the money as well. Simon Kerr made a weird move from Leipzig to Saudi, just like Diaby from Villa. Yeah, Simon. But Simon, I would have said Diaby moving from Leverkusen to Villa was already a weird move, right? Which Leon Bailey did before him. So there are a lot of these weird moves from players around the world, not just in Indian football. Players' movements from A to B to C, let's see. We use friendlies as a way to improve our fitness, and others use it for experiments tactically. That's the difference. No, it's not. We don't use it for anything. That is the problem, Simon. What fitness was there yesterday? Watch, if available, I don't know if you've seen it, watch India versus Iran 2022 AFC Women's Asian Cup and watch yesterday's game. That game in 2022, we dominated. We were in charge. Yesterday, we were outplayed. So, ultimately, Indian women's team will win back to more. Simon, them qualifying, it's like you know what, I'll say something today. It is great that we qualified for the Women's Asian Cup, under 20s, under 17s. Why did we? Because the AFC has expanded those competitions from 8 to 12. Right? That's one. And two, are we good enough? I don't think we're good enough. And that is what we need to talk about, that we are in a huge mess. And if we're not willing to accept, I've seen a lot of people, talking about Women's World Cup and all. I am scared of the match against Japan in the Asian Cup. They'll score 10 on a bad day. They can score 20 against us on a good day. Do we recognize that? That they could literally demolish us. That is my fear, right? Troll Football said Bruno Fernandes scored against Al Nassr in his free time as Bryson and Bruno share the initials. Yeah. Let's be realistic. The kind of coaching nurturing Indian players receive from a young age is limited. You can't expect a 20-year-old to suddenly transform into a contender for ACL level. Yeah, Goku, very right. If after 5-10 years the clubs are still performing at this level, then we can raise this question, why we're not? No, Goku, you can do it now. Because the question is, we have had our problems at this level in regard to talent development for the last 15-20 years. So it's not even a purely ISL problem. It was a problem in the days of the I-League as well. So nothing has improved. So Jon Benjamin starting in Porto United. Good for him. Do you see any way to get out of this, or the maze is getting messier? It's going to get messier at the moment. It looks like it's going to get messier and it's going to get worse. The question is if at some stage will things switch from where we are? Will the right people come forward, come in, take over and run affairs so that, some sort of decency comes in? Because at the moment, the way things are going, it's very, very difficult to think that it's going to go the right way. So if no one comes in for the tender, what happens? The league doesn't happen? No. What's up? At the moment, if the tender fails, we have no other option. Yes, I can't agree more. The mess needs rectification, or else it's going to be an embarrassment. Simon, it is already an embarrassment. It is an embarrassment already. Forget that, it will be. We are practically the worst team headed to the Women's Asian Cup. At the moment, it looks like. I mean, the real test will be on Monday when we play Nepal. And if Sabita Bandhari is playing and she's fit, I hope she doesn't rip us apart. That could be a moment of reckoning for us. I think your 17 men's qualify. Vignesh, let's wait and see. Let's hope so. So now FF wants 37 from 50 crore. Would Reliance be interested in bidding? What's up? They are bid. The 50 crores were the whole ecosystem of Indian football. The 37.5 crores are for only ISL. Without control, without anything. So I don't know if Reliance would really be interested or not. Now people will make Bruno out of press. Blue. The next headache is going to start, yes. Right. Brandon was the Bruno Fernandes light for United to some now its price. It's incredible. But why should we fear? We know we don't have the quality, but we have to compete. If AFF were competent enough to set up a proper league and clubs have a league system to where players versus would be better. PC Gamer Tag, we are past that fear and quality and AFF competence. It's not, the problem of the system is not one entity or person. The system is the problem. When will people recognize that? It is not one rectification and Indian football tomorrow is sorted. We have to be honest to ourselves that the problems that we see in Indian football today, yesterday, the day before, and we'll see tomorrow are the same. Yeah. So that's the reality. The worst thing would happen to the women's team would be that we lost to every team group. We're going to lose. Listen, Goku, the assumption at the moment I make is we're going to lose. And if we can do anything in any of those matches, I'll be very, very happy. But we have to be honest to ourselves. Losing all 3 matches is the starting point of where we are. After watching our team yesterday, do you think we can, Japan forget, Vietnam forget, even Chinese Taipei forget at the moment. Arunava, by giving money to club, can Indian players play in UEFA Youth League or should be Germany merit? Does Baron playing on merit? Is he playing in the starting level? Kumar, that's a good question. I don't know. Is he playing on merit? Maybe. Or maybe there's money involved. I don't know. So all these conversations are nice to have, right? But where are these? Where are these players in the long run? We've had a lot of players playing in Spain, right? Yeah. Why India doesn't host Olympics or FIFA and everyone? Mine said, why? Are we anywhere near an Olympics? Are we anywhere near a FIFA World Cup to host those tournaments at that level? Everyone who's hosted those tournaments has improved over a certain period of time. Have we improved to that level to be able to compete at that level? So no, we are far, far away from that, and that's the sad part. Delusion level is crazy. The system is delusional and makes everyone in and around it. Yeah, Blue. The problem is that people believe all these. That is the real problem. We have a problem in the system. The system is a problem. The people are a problem. And again, if you don't change it, and again, sorry, fans are a problem, part of the problem as well. There are people who will try and explain to you, these are the things that what happens. That's the issue. I feel this back when we qualified. Now it's a reality. Simon, that's what I said at the time. Watch an old video I did after we qualified. If we don't do the right things over the 9-month, 10-month period to prepare ourselves, it will be an embarrassment. It would have been better to lose to Thailand, not to go to the Asian Cup. Right? And most probably with the men's, as much as I would have liked us to be in Saudi Arabia in 2027, but maybe it saves us an embarrassment. That is the reality. Right? If we can't beat Singapore, if we can't beat Hong Kong, if we can't beat Bangladesh, we do not deserve to be there. And the way the women's beat, right? But hey, it's always good things happening in the wrong times for us. Yeah. Hi, Vashwa, welcome back. Our current generation play technically more better than older generation. Dimanshu, I don't. That's always a difficult one. Some players might technically be better, yes, but football has evolved, has developed. Football has changed over the last 30, 40 years that I've been watching it. Right? Today, it's much more physical. It's much more fitness needed than it was in the past. Um, so therefore, there are a lot of these facts, right? Are you happy with the performance? I am personally not. Yes, respect and fight. Good job. Well done on the scoreline, but would have done better. At least played better. 2-1 or 5-0. It's 0 points. Ashwar, you know what? I honestly, I don't bother about the way they play because I know that we are inferior. Al Nassr didn't play full. That is what visible. Al Nassr played arrogantly in that second half, right? Al Nassr started. Jorge Jesus started arrogantly by resting. The players that people have come to see. It's a competitive game, right? But we are not in a position to punish them. That is what my concern is. Did they play well? They did to the utmost of their ability at this moment in time, and therefore, um, yeah, I take it. We need strong leadership. FIFA has to ban us. I have no hope else. Blue, yeah. But the strong leadership is not one person alone. Have the right president, have the right people around him, but also the clubs, the state affairs, the academies, the media, the fans, everyone. Right? So that's it. Who's responsible for bad sporting culture? How to change? I think the whole country is at fault in that. India is a couch potato sporting country. Cricket is not a played sport. Cricket is a watch sport. And we say we support this, we support that. Ending on sad note, thank you for consistency. We'll catch up later. Good night. Good night, Simon. Good to see you. See you soon. Our under 23 is far better than the senior teams. No, it's not. And that is the level of ignorance which I hate the most. Because the under 23s are not. Anyone who says that, anyone who says the under 23s are better than the senior team does not understand football. And thank you very much. It's time for you to leave. Don't be a football fan. Right? Seriously. There is a level of stupidity and idiotness. It is a level of ignorance of saying that because these players are unable to cope to play ISL. And you say, oh, you know what? We are bad. But they are not better than the others. They're worse than them. That is your realization. They need to step up 3, 4, 5, 6 gears. But people are not intelligent enough to understand that. That is what now is really, I think Al Nassr played in second or third gear. Al Nassr played in first gear. In the second half, they were just playing the ball amongst themselves. Another, why am I doubting the Benjamin playing in Inca Bravo Anantan? Because I've never seen his full matches to at least know what kind of quality he has when you compare with peers around him. Kumar, it doesn't matter what you know, what I know, whatever knows. If he gets a chance and he plays there, it's good. How he gets it to be discussed. Exactly. So where we could have tried, Anasa allowed us a chance. We sat back. I mean, worst case scenario, we would have, but anyway, we would have not winning. So why not try? Ashwar, because trying will not work. Again, this sounds nice. Sorry, but it sounds nice to say, why not try? Because our trying would have not changed anything. The level we tried to, it was the trying. FC Goa tried. But to get more out of this, you're not going to get more out of this. Even if FC Goa was in full flow, there's that everything. Some will say, oh, this player didn't play well, that player. No, this is a level of football. These players can't play. Right? That's the reality. Goa, FC Goa still in preseason, meanwhile, Nasr on top of league. Yeah, but even if they were in their season, would have made a difference. No. Especially the second half, Al Nassr played bad. Al Nassr didn't play, Blue. That is the point. They did not play, did not exert themselves. This was a walk in the park. That is my concern if I see this. If tender fails, there should be no confidence motion against Kalyan. Who's going to do the no confidence motion? What's up? Wasn't there rumors last year that Kalyan Chaudhuri will be removed? These people are not going to remove anybody. Who is going to do the no confidence motion? The current exco. There should be no confidence motion against all of them. The whole leadership. Yeah, but who's going to take accountability, introspect and say, you know what, I did something wrong by. Did anybody from the AFF say anything after India lost to Singapore last week? Did anybody say anything? You know? So, Angelo is 20-year-old, scored today, Mimala, 20-year-old woman. Yeah, but look at a 20-year-old Brazilian and look at a 20-year-old Indian. What are we comparing? Our under 17s, our under 20s, our under 23s are not ready for senior level football. And that is I see that here in Germany where also sometimes, under 19 players, oh, you know what, I played under 19 Bundesliga. And then they played under 19 Bundesliga. Yes, they played the top level of football over here. And then they come, let's say it's FC Remscheid, let's go back spawn. That is 6th division, Landesliga. Most of the boys fail at the 6th year. Yeah. Right. Actually, will not have in the senior team at some. Yes, PC gamer tag, yes. But what I've said, and I stick to it, your spine needs to be of seasoned players, right? And then see and try out players. Remember, people were shouting for Parthiv Gogoi 2 years ago. Parthiv is not even performing for the under 23s. And how many minutes has Suhail Bhatt played in the last 2 years? He scored some great goals against Indonesia. Brilliant. Did you see Suhail Bhatt play in the CFL? Did you see Suhail Bhatt? Just watch Suhail Bhatt in the CFL. You will question if the guy is actually a footballer. I remember a match he played against a 42-year-old where a 42-year-old defender was bossing him. So that is the level, guys. Not going to work. Tell me a young player who's been given chances in the national team who has taken a slot. Look at Igor, look at Manolo, look at even Khalid. 3 different coaches. At the end of the day, it seems like they are moving in with the same set of players. Because why? We have a quality issue. And that needs to be understood. How to under-20 play. They need to play club level football. Week in, week out. If our 20 team is that much, let them play a match between European and 20 and go how much water is crystal clear. Go, yeah. Tomorrow is last day to seek clarification on bid. If no one seeks clarification, does it mean no one wants to bid? Yeah. That is understood. Thanks. Getting to the current context, we were not trolling our own national team when our team would beat Bangladesh, Afghanistan easily. Also up close with Robin lately hearing more about Constantine. We lost a gem. Yeah, but not only that, look at the career of Robin Singh. I remember I met Robin, at 16, 17? I think Robin would know better. At 16, I think I met him first time. And met his parents, saw him at TFA, then with the junior teams. He's working hard, right? But I would even say to Robin Singh, in person, I would tell him into his face, I said, Robin, you had a good career. But someone like you could have had a better career with especially the physicality and the game intelligence you had. But no FC Goa, they're playing very poor quality of football. So, what else are we expecting? Away game in Riyadh would be 5-0 without Timor. Yeah, let's see. I mean, Rafa says, Kai, that's true, but that's not because of Timor. Yeah, I mean, again, Al Nasr result depends on how serious they take FC Goa or not. And then we'll see. I didn't understand the quote, couch potato country. Later, you said that I understand we as a nation, as sports watching nation, not playing nation. Yes, Kumar. Absolutely. United will be playing well, aren't ready for senior team. It's a long way. It's just emotional. Say, give them a chance. Exactly. Also, grooming them is the main task, not putting them under pressure and spoiling it for them. Listen, the point is, Vashwa, you mentioned a very important point. The problem is also that this social media hype, sometimes it is pressure, sometimes it is, hyping up. So we hype up our players too much. Someone is playing U19 Youth League today. Good. How many hundreds of boys are playing, this week? So, and then on social media, people write to them, oh, you are great, you are brilliant to this, that, or everything. That's the problem. Bangladesh to play Afghanistan in friendly before facing India. We will play one match in November. Let's see, Rudra, if we're going to figure out to playing someone else. Maybe it's, I don't know, Nepal, Maldives. Yeah. So what is the 6th German club we're talking about? FC Remscheid Utsav. Here, I live in a city called Remscheid, FC Remscheid, former second Bundesliga team. So I was talking about them. To be honest, according to you, what is to be done, be it AFF, be it no matter how much you shout, they are just deaf, they will never answer. No, that's the biggest problem. They think they know and understand, and we have incompetence at those levels. And if that is not changed, it will be even further down the road for Indian football. Whose idea was it from AFF to not telecast matches in Bambolim? Rudro, you know what? The abuse and the whatever AFF is getting for that, justified. But I look at it from another perspective. You know what the reason my logic would be, without knowing, I don't know. My logic would be they're trying to reduce cost. So the AFF has to run the Super Cup now at a cost without knowing if someone's going to pick up the bid and going to run the ISL. They are burning money in this tournament. So from that perspective, from their perspective, it made sense. And if I look at the Fatorda and the quality of the ground today, congratulations, AFF. This is going to be very interesting. I'm scared on the Khalid we might concede 2-3 versus Bangladesh. Washwell, I'm not sure what we're going to concede, how we're going to concede, and who's going to play, not going to play, because I've said this, my own thought process is that in Goa, the team decided to play differently than what Khalid wanted to play. I think the team took a decision, right, without knowing. That is, again, someone who's traveled, worked with the Indian team. That was my feeling, because the Indian football team in the first half an hour didn't try to play Khalid Jamil football. And they're capable of that. With the right coach, it's not. So, yeah. Porto scored 2 goals already. Okay. Says, if they're interested to bid, what are you supposed to say? Khalid, I don't think. Sorry, Rudra, they don't want to bid. Reliance Industry doesn't. So we'll have to hope that something changes. Where they will stream Super Cup, is it out? No, Blue, nothing. No, I've not heard anything so far. Is FC a professional club? No, they're not. They're 6th tier now. They used to be a pro team, yes. They used to play second Bundesliga 3 decades back. But now they're 6th tier. And again, an under-19 Bundesliga player, it's something which I see. AFF can't host national team matches on their own, have to beg Goa government to host Super Cup and can't telecast matches. Where's the money going? Khalid, there is no money. Rudra, where is the money? Again, you guys say there is money. Where is the money? They are trying to keep a system alive without generating additional revenues. There is no money. That if you think there is money to be taken and siphoned off, very nice. There isn't money. Also, what happened to the Fatorda pitch is horrible. Vashwa, terrible, right? And I don't know. I would like to know if this is still the hybrid pitch installed for the 2022 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. Because if it is a hybrid pitch, the chunks wouldn't be out, as they were. So to me, I feel maybe they've done something in the summer and gotten rid of the mesh, which would be in there in a ground like that, and because a hybrid pitch doesn't come off like that. So I don't know. They've done something, and I think they've done something and they've messed it up completely. That is what I feel. But again, I might be totally wrong. Pitch is impacted by rain and go also. How many pitches used by FC go for training? Yeah, but again, impacting and all that stuff is fine. But this ground has been a problem all season. Al Seeb, it didn't look good. It didn't look good against Al Zafra. It didn't look good against Singapore, and didn't look good today. And we've now had 4 matches over a extended period of time since August. Exactly, here it was the hybrid pitch. Yeah. Do you think the current government is also not helping at all, even after having their own people? Yes. Where have they helped? Day to day, the support is less, right? No. So pitch was also hybrid. FC Champions League. What happened there? No, it wasn't hybrid at Champions League. It came afterwards. It came before the Under-17 Women's World Cup. So I say to with them. No, it's I give them friendly advice, but I'm not associated in any way at the moment with them. Fatorda pitch will cause serious injury Super Cup. Let's hope not, but could be sadly the case. Looking at things at the moment. Yeah, it's a FCM shirt. Yes, it is. Right. 2 hours and 3 minutes already. Wow, this live. Sorry, it started off later than I intended to. Let's wait and see. Mashwa saying some East Bengal fans are saying Wimbledon match for East Bengal will be shown. Is that true? I got no. Mashwa, I've heard that there are attempts to ensure that all matches will be shown. But again, 2 camera setups, production and all that stuff, you work in the media as well, and you do commentary, how difficult, complicated it is. Some try to do something of the sort and try to run it in an Indian context. I've seen things myself where you say, just run the camera, don't do commentary with it. So I guess they will do something, but again, it's the AFF, so rather bad than good. And that is, I think, the fear. So therefore, let's wait and see. But at the moment, it looks like that they will do something for the Super Cup, which actually starts in 3 days. So it's actually quite crazy that we're so close to the Super Cup. Yeah, let's come slowly to an end. FC Goa lose 1-2 to Al Nasr. I think the result looks good, but if one would watch the 90 minutes, then we know what the difference was. And let's see. Yeah, might be like Goa Pro League telecast, but I don't know if production will agree or a separate production house. Yeah, that's the problem. You know exactly what it is. KL now can broadcast bumbling matches. Let's see. Let's wait and see. KL now did a good job in what they did in the ACL2 qualifier, but to do that many matches for that many days, there's a lot of resources, money involved, and I don't know if they can do it, want to do it. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens. But for tonight, I have to go only lose 1-2. At the end of the day, the result looks good. But things continue once more. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow a little earlier with the live. And thanks for the growing community. We've nearly grown by 100 subscribers since yesterday. So quite a big push. Thanks a lot. And I'll continue to do these kind of lives and watch the short videos, hype the videos, like the videos, share with other people, and also follow me on my other social medias. Thanks a lot, and good night, everybody.